you doing? Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Sai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Sai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Sai, Bahasam Chakudas. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone, Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. On Zahar, spirit wind, Judah. Today I want to go into a topic entitled, The Earth Shall Be Under Righteous Rule. The earth shall be under righteous rule. All right? And the reason why I wanted to go into this is just, I'm at the park by the lake. All right. Shalom to you, brothers and sisters. You Akim, you Aqua, who are tapping into this live stream. All right. But the reason I'm going into this, I was just thinking while I was at the park, just thinking, what can I do a lesson on? And I had a few options in mind, a few things that came into my mind. All right. But long story short, just through the spirit, I decided to go into this one. The earth should be under righteous rulership. The earth should be under righteous rulership. And two words that come to mind is righteous and rulership. And if you think of the word righteous, goes back to right. And what really makes something righteous? The laws. If you go into the etymology of the word righteous, if you go into the etymology of the word righteous, it really goes into laws, like keeping the laws. What laws? The laws, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. All right. But also you have rulership. But one of the key elements, the key words in the word rulership is rules. So the earth is going to really be under righteous rules. The earth is really going to be under righteous rules. You see? See, right now, first of all, the earth is not under righteous rules. All right? As a matter of fact, we're under the opposite of righteous rules. We're under no rules. We're under unrighteous rules. Now it's a rule or law that you can have alphabet gang curriculums. You can have alphabet gang teachers. You can have alphabet gang selecting the gender of your offspring. I want to say in California, are those righteous rules? Hell nah. All right? Everything that you see around you, everything that you see when you leave the house, everything that you see when you watch the news, all right, when you listen to things on the radio, that's a reflection of the earth being under unrighteous rules. See, in the kingdom, the earth is going to be under righteous rules. See, the things that we think about when we first come into this knowledge and we get revealed those heavenly gifts, those heavenly secrets, i.e. the kingdom, we think about the accolades such as being able to fly and having sex with multiple women and having a bunch of wives, all right, slapping your slaves around. But that's just the accolade, man. That's the byproduct of rulership. Having an immeasurable amount of wealth, that's just the byproduct of rulership. The key point of rulership is implementing righteous rules in earth, righteous rules on the planet earth, putting the inhabitants of the planet earth under righteous rules. That's why it says in Revelation 2:26, he that endured to the end shall I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. Well, how are you going to rule them? With the laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, it's not going to be an episode of the Romans. It's not going to be like one of those Roman shows that you would catch on Netflix, man. Or just open sex all day, every day. Like, no, man. You know, the sex and liquor. All right? Nah. How you deal with your women and your wealth and your estate and your house. All right, that's just a byproduct of rulership. But the whole purpose of rulership is the earth isn't ruled in righteousness, and now we're finna have righteous rulers in the planet earth. And Shalom, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakudas, Barakatah, and Barakatham to you brothers. All right, this is from GMS Shar Lachama, Um, Sirach 10:8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. See? And that happens all the time in business. If you're not a righteous, if your business has a CEO, if your business has some executive manager, for lack of better terminology, all right, and they're driving the business down, you think the CEO is going to allow that person to stay in that position? Or they're going to replace that leader? They're going to replace that manager? No, they're going to replace them. So the earth, before the earth goes to complete shit, all right, because of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, let's be clear, all right, the Most High is going to replace him. Now, granted, this is prophecy anyway. That's why it says in 2nd Ezra 6 and 7 that Jacob held the heel of Esau. That was the indicative, that was a foreshadow of we're gonna come into power, come into rulership right after Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. All right? So these are exciting times covertly. And I say covertly because this is not something that's broadcasted on the news. It's not something that's broadcasted on the daily media. All right? Because if it is, it comes and it goes, like with Kanye and Nick Cannon. But the reality is we're about to enter into rulership. For Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And we are in the entrance of the times of Jacob being the beginning of it that followeth. Hey man, these rules engender something. See, when the West looks at Eastern culture, it looks at the process and not the product. When you see a Western woman look at a woman that's fully covered in her traditional clothing, all right, usually a Western woman's mindset is, I wouldn't allow that type of power to be given over me by a man. I wouldn't allow somebody to make me cover up from head to toe. All right, or somebody finds out that you don't eat pork, you don't eat shrimp. People look at you like you're restricted. So what I learned about the West and the Western mindset when it comes to the real laws of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is that the West judges your process and not the product. What does an in-order household produce? What does your wife and your sons and daughters being subject under you and you being subject under Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, what does that produce? Because we've all either been those kids or known kids or offspring that grew up restricted. But unless they grew up and rebelled against those restrictions, then they become more fruitful people, all right, more civilized people, more trustworthy, mentally sound people. All right, because people I know that, we become adults and we jump off into the fucking world, man. There's a lot of us, we're no longer through, but we were through before we came into the knowledge. People you meet in the world, they have no moral hedge. So they're just out there trying all type of things, man. All right. GMS must endure 144K by. Psalm 1 and 6, for Yahweh knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. That's right. And the way of the ungodly is his Western way. Jeremiah 6 and 16. This is what Yahweh said. And this is New Living Translation. Stop at the crossroads and look around. Ask for the old godly way and walk in it. Travel its paths and you will find rest for your souls. But you reply, all right, know that it's not the road we want. So what does that tell you, man? What's the old paths, man? The laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Going to the earth for healing. Going to the earth for food. No processed food. The only two genders being a man and a woman. Let's go, man. All right? Everything that you enjoy in the West, there's a righteous way to do it. There's a righteous way to eat candy. All right? like baklavas and stuff, man. That's candy, man. Even nuggets. Like if you look at a Snickers bar and a Payday, and on the ingredients it say nugget, because really it's little peanuts and caramel sitting on top of a nugget, but the nugget goes back to the Mediterranean. There's a righteous way to drink milk. There's a righteous way to eat eggs. There's a righteous way to deal with women. Everything that you enjoy in America, everything you enjoy in the West, there's a righteous way to do it, man. There's a righteous way to listen. There's a righteous way to listen to music. There's a righteous way to link up with brothers, as opposed to just linking up with niggas. There's a righteous way to do everything on earth, man. Believe you me, the kingdom will not be boring, man, but it'll be peaceful. And we're gonna live it up. We're gonna have feast days. It's gonna be live. I know some of you brothers had pep rallies and stuff, man. The Most High into all that stuff, man. It's just a righteous way to do it. Because the Most High had Levite singers sing to the point where when the Levite singers sang, Yahweh Bahashmal Shai came down in a chariot just to hear the Levites sing. And you know how Israel get down, man. You know? So the kingdom is gonna be live. Don't worry about the fun part. Rome is not the only fun empire. Rome is a fleshly empire. All right, the kingdom is gonna be live. The kingdom is still gonna be enjoyable, but it's gonna be peace. It's not gonna engender death. See, Rome, unlike the ways of our forefathers, the process is fun, but the product is deleterious. Look that word up if you don't know it. Quite sure you brothers know. Brothers are scholars. Bro, the process is fun in Rome. The action is fun, but what that action produces is deleterious. And ultimately, it produces death. For the wages of sin is death. He who lives after the flesh shall die. And that's what happens, man. You're dead mentally, physically, spiritually. Brother said, via Spirit 144, the West really is a mess. Shake my head. Family reunion is going to be lit in the kingdom, though, for real. Your Iqab, Yashakar, Hebrews 13:14. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Your Iqab, Yashakar, Psalm 149, 4 and 5. For Yahweh taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. We're going to be happy. And that reminds me of a scene from Coming to America. But it's going to be way better than Coming to America. It's going to be delightful, man. It's going to be, you know. But let me draw this live stream to a closing. I do hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hawashai, Bahashem, Kakodash. I also want to give double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wealth to the house of David the elect, Abba Balcom, and Asha Allah, and the water for the scriptures, brothers. Shalom.